friends. It is the night number 4 of the 12 days of Mamma Mia Miss. And we've got Ben here tonight talking about the what is it? What was it called? The best Mamma Mia, best performance ever.
The best performance ever. I would say because it's only the only performance I've ever seen of that one. It
Yeah,
was probably the best.
yeah.
Probably
It's the best you've
easily the
seen, right?
best. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The best one I've ever seen.
It's the best one I've seen all day.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. Yeah. It was pretty. I mean, pretty good. I mean, like I would say on the scale of 1 to cats,
Yeah. Cats being the best, right?
it was the best. Yeah,
Yeah.
easily the best.
Yeah, this one was weird because usually when you see these videos on YouTube, whoever uploaded them is usually like the theater or the school that put it up, or like they'll put it in the description somewhere, like where it's from. But this one doesn't have any of that information. It just says best performance ever.
Just
And
they were very confident in their
yeah, no more information needed. The description just says Mamma Mia in all of its glory, performed by very talented people.
Yes, we killed it on that. Honestly, I mean, they did fine. I wouldn't say I wouldn't say
It
it was
wasn't bad.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I wouldn't say it was the like I don't know, like the best on what grading scale, I guess.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, definitely the best in the opinion of the person who uploaded it. I would assume.
True. Yeah. The director that uploaded it said like this is the best I've ever seen.
Yeah. And it really means something if the director really is really proud of it.
Yeah. True. Yeah. I'd be proud. I mean,
yeah.
There was even listen.
Yeah.
It was a minimal set.
Yeah.
It wasn't, and it wasn't anything insane or crazy.
Right.
So it was basically to be the best, you had to concentrate on the performances of the actors.
Yeah. And then, the thing is, like the dance choreography wasn't especially complicated or impressive, but that's how Mamma Mia the show is so far. Like all the ones I've watched, like they really focus more on the music and the singing more than they do on the actual dancing.
Yes. Yeah. Do you mind going through a little bit of background as far as like ABBA and all that?
Yeah. This is a jukebox musical, right? So it's just all ABBA songs, which I'm not a huge ABBA fan. Like I just know like the hits, so I don't know about half of the songs.
I've never met a giant ABBA fan.
Yeah, I think it's a generation before us at least.
Yes, I think you're right, and that was not to be a dig at anybody.
No, but you're just very young and very cool. And
I'm super hip, and I've got a lot going for me right now. And which which doesn't include ABBA songs, I guess.
Exactly.
But it could. Yeah. It could.
They're huge in the 70s. And if you watch the whole video all the way to the end, when they zoom out from the stage and you see the audience getting up to leave, it's a lot of old people, a lot of gray hair getting up and walking out of the theater at the end.
Yeah. Like doing one of those like push themselves out of the seats while grunting, just in case there's like clicking or air that escapes from different orifices or whatever. I hear you. I'm doing that now.
But yeah, that's the whole thing about it. So like, as a jukebox musical, like the story isn't especially like dramatic or complicated. It's just
yes, you gotta like basically like tie things together barely.
Yeah. It's like what the songs are, and so you just have to have a reason for someone to sing each of the songs and just kind of get from one song to the next, which they do pretty quickly. Yeah. Like you don't get more than like 3 minutes, I think, without a song.
Yeah, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Like the most everybody that went to go see this had sitters, and they had they had
Yeah.
reservations and all that stuff. So it's like we've got to get home at some
Oh
point
yeah.
tonight.
I mean, the fact that
Yeah.
this one, like I said, this is 2 hours and 22 minutes, longer than any other production that we've had to watch this week. Longer than the movie.
Yeah.
The movie was only an hour 45.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't have the pleasure of seeing the
Yeah,
movie.
it's on Peacock.
but,
Anybody wants to watch it, you can watch it on Peacock.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, good luck to you all. I'm sure it's great.
I liked it. Didn't love it, but I liked it. I think it's kind of. I think I'm liking it less as we go along. And like Cats.
Have you?
Yeah.
Have you watched? So for
Yeah.
to like a little bit of a peek behind the curtain.
Yeah.
You assign all of your guests on your a version of this.
Right.
So have you had a version that you're like, oh, this is the gold standard of Mamma Mia? Have you seen one yet that you're like, this is the one that I would recommend to people?
Just I guess the movie, because like
the movie that you were like, I wasn't super impressed with the movie.
Yeah, I mean,
okay,
the show
but you would be
overall,
like, this is.
If you have to watch one version, I think so far it's that. Not unfortunately, this is the best performance ever, because like the other one we watched was.
You're right.
We watched the Hollywood Bowl one that they did with Corbin Bleu, one of the stars of High School Musical, and Dove Cameron, and a guy from Wings. A lot of like known people. Tisha Campbell from Martin was in it, but it was like this bad bootleg that someone was recording from in the audience. So like the sound was really crappy and it was really blurry, and people kept getting up and walking in front of the camera and stuff. So it was hard to. It was not a good version of that one. So the show might have been better, but the video isn't good for watching.
Yeah.
And then last night I watched a French high school. It was pretty good, but yeah, they were speaking French the whole time.
I would be disincentivized to watch a French high school do this.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, because it's hard to sing in another language. They're singing with heavy accents, and some of the kids I'm sure didn't speak English, so they were just phonetically making sounds. Trying to sing the songs. Yeah.
I one time years ago, I went to South Korea for a military exercise, and I was a civilian contractor at the time. And anyway, I went and I stayed at this very fancy hotel.
Cool.
And there was a South Korean woman that was playing. No. She was just listen. No, it's nothing crazy.
Yeah.
She was a pianist, and she was doing like American pop hits.
Cool.
She was playing like American music,
right?
But you could tell that she did not speak English.
Right.
She only everything was very phonetic.
Right.
So every Lady Gaga song or whatever was super phonetic,
right?
And it was weird. It was super weird to like listen to. But it was, I mean, she was a fantastic pianist.
That's cool.
But she ended up like all these pop hits were just phonetic.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird. It kind of makes me think also of like, you ever hear any like rappers from like Australia or something, where they learn how to rap by listening to American rappers? They rap like Americans, but then when they start talking and then they bring their Australian accent back out, you're like, whoa.
Yeah. That's most. I mean, listen, I don't want to out myself here, but I'm an Australian rapper. No, but there's a a bunch of like 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 alternative bands
Right.
that are from like the UK and stuff like that, and when they sing, it's in like basically American English.
Right.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
It's
I
weird
mean, that's what
because
ABBA's whole
you
thing
hear.
was. They were
Yes,
Swedish,
yeah.
but all their songs
Thank
were
you
in
for
English.
bringing it
Okay.
back.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Because we were gonna end up way
Every
far
other
away.
country in Western Europe
Yeah.
except Sweden. I think it's
How does that happen? Because you hear them interviewed,
Right.
and it's like, oh, they're not from here, but when they sing, it sounds like American English.
Yeah, I think Sweden's one of those countries where they do teach English like in schools and stuff. But a lot of people have English as a second language, so I'm sure they spoke some English and were able to learn the songs. The one guy, Bjorn, was the one that did most of the writing of the songs, and then just taught it to them. I guess if they needed to, it made it work.
Yeah.
So you don't ever hear an ABBA song and go, "Oh, this is a Swedish person singing."
Yeah, true. Do you think? I assume like they were all made for like an English or American centric audience. Like
Yeah,
they're
I think so.
they're not made for like a like a Icelandic or whatever.
Yeah, because it's in English, so you figure it'd be for the English speaking world. But I think maybe a lot of just pop songs in Europe kind of do it that way. Not expert in Europe, but I know, like Dan was saying, when the movie came out, it became like the highest grossing movie in Europe, probably maybe ever or something.
Yeah,
it was the adventures of European cinema.
Yeah, so they made $13,000 or whatever through Europe.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Like
It's in euros, it's hard to make the.
Yeah.
translate that into
I'm not.
American
Listen,
dollar.
I just I'm making fun. I'm not serious.
Yeah, apparently what I wrote some stuff down about in my notes. I would get so the character of Bill. I don't know if you were around long enough. When one of the three dads, his name's Bill. He's a boat owner and a writer. He's kind of like a vagabond guy, and he's one of the only characters in the show that like has personality in the way that he dresses. Everyone else kind of dresses either in pretty normal looking clothes, like they're all kind of look the same.
Yes.
Yeah.
Similar.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they've always put him in like adventurers clothes, like almost Indiana Jones kind of clothes. Like in the movie, he's more of like an aloha shirt, like hippie kind of guy. So it's weird that everyone else kind of treats him like an adventurer.
Yeah. How do we feel about like directors like vision of these things? So versus the movie, versus like a live performance. Like obviously everybody has kind of their own take,
right,
on these kind of things, but what do we feel as far as like it's closer to the actual character?
Right. Yeah, because I don't know what the original is like. I don't even know what the original could have been. Maybe the original Broadway cast or something like that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, because with Cats, it's so very specific, and like there's like so much room in Cats to like make different choices creatively. How things
you could wear this cat outfit or that cat outfit.
Or how do you make a cat outfit, right?
Right. Yeah, true.
So there's a lot of room there for that. Whereas with this, everyone's just kind of wearing regular people clothes, So it's like it's harder to like find ways to do things differently creatively. So it's like everything kind of looks like it's just the same sort of thing, which is kind of a bummer. Yeah. Like it was interesting with the French one. They had like a big stage, but they had the entire orchestra and the choir behind them on the stage. So then the actors had about like 5 foot of stage to like perform on, and they didn't have a set. They had like a bed, and some boxes and stuff that they would move around. So but then you could see like the whole orchestra and everything right behind them the whole time. So it was a busy stage picture, but I think it was cool of it, and definitely had a different feel to it.
I don't know about you, but I've seen good and bad examples of a sparse stage.
Right.
So like I've seen like so performances where it's like, oh, they change it up, but it almost doesn't matter because like the performers and what they're doing is so interesting that because they didn't spend any money at all on the stage. It's like, all right, it's fine. But then again, I've definitely seen like performances where it's like, do you guys like, I don't like, what are we doing here? Yeah. So I mean, it just depends. It depends.
Yeah, it really depends. And this one is one where like it doesn't matter for a lot of scenes like where they are. So it's like they'll be a bed in the scene, so now you know they're inside someone's bedroom, or there won't be anything. And you go, okay, then they're outside, I guess. It doesn't really matter.
Yes.
Like, none of the.
It's time for another ABBA song.
Yeah.
Here we go.
We know that they're on a Greek island because they said that, and so we just had to.
Yes. Perfect. Yeah.
It's really you keep track of the scenes by who's in it and what kind of the interaction between the characters, as opposed to the location itself doesn't play a huge part.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I don't know. Listen, I don't know. I'm not trying to hate on that. I think they.
Yeah.
At least the part of the performance that I've seen was like, you know, they at least the performers themselves, they were doing it like they were on Broadway. Like they really committed to their characters and the songs and everything.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't have a lot. I don't have a lot to disparage like the half of performance that I saw.
Right. Yeah. They were all trying. They were having fun. I think the one thing that was different in this one than the other ones is like after in the beginning of the first act was like the morning after like the big bachelor party scene.
Yes.
That part to it where like all the
all
like the groomsmen and stuff. They're all drunk and stumbling around. They had the bagpipes, and then there's the one guy at the end of the scene like just keeps going with his drunken dumb jokes of like, watch this guy play drunk on stage in a way that's not funny. But
all right, well, I'm taking
someone told him it's really funny.
Slightly personal at this point.
Well, no, here's the thing: being drunk on stage and acting like you're drunk on stage, two different things.
Yes. Nah, for sure. Like weirdly, being drunk is much easier than acting like you're drunk,
and it's actually less annoying to watch.
Thank you, I appreciate it. It is one of those things where you're like, what is the director going for?
Right.
So like, we're like trying to figure out like if there's, especially with this, same with like Cats or whatever, like there's been 1,000 iterations of this, so you're wondering like, okay, is this director trying to be like, all right, I'm gonna do it different than everybody else?
I got to figure it out. This is what it needed.
Yeah, this is
the guy
right.
Bagpipes. It feels like in rehearsals and stuff he was doing it and people were laughing at him and like, oh, we got to put this in the show.
Yes, I totally get that. Where you're like fucking around. Can I curse on this?
Yeah.
All right. Where you're like, where you're just you're going through the motions, but you're fucking around with your castmates and they're laughing at you and they're like, well, we've got to include that now.
Yeah.
Like if it doesn't, yeah. Doesn't mean it's good. It just means that everybody was really tired of their worn out lines.
Yeah.
And
Something
tired of this. Yeah, something different happened. They're like, we're taking that.
Yeah. Awesome. Speaking of cats, you were one of our guests on the Club Days Catsmas last year.
Yes.
And I did tell everyone, all of the guests, that when Cats comes to Hawaii in June of next year, that I will buy everyone a ticket. So you're still in charge of your own airfare and lodging and stuff. But if you do come out here June 13th, I will buy you a ticket to see Cats with everyone
else. I know that's like kind of a joke, but
no, I'm serious.
if you buy me a ticket to Cats, I would probably go with you. It is an absurd show. It is just an absurdity.
Yeah.
I would. Yeah, a group of people. Yeah, that would be great. Why do you know that they're coming in June of 23?
They were talking about it last year, even, I think. At the end of last year, they were talking about it happening sometime in 2023. And
okay.
It was one of the shows that I think got postponed because of the pandemic stuff. It's like Hamilton's playing at the Blaisdell right now, and then it'll be Cats.
Gotcha.
And then Jersey Boys might be in the middle next, and then Cats.
Have you seen Hamilton yet?
No.
Live?
I'm kind of waiting to do the Taste of Hamilton in 10 years. we have to build up, 100 community theater productions on YouTube before.
Yes, I think you're doing it the right way. I think you're doing exactly the right way. I think you should wait for like 10, 12 years,
right,
and wait for like high school performances to be doing Hamilton and go see one of those. For sure.
Definitely.
I went and saw a performance in Chicago when I was still in Chicago, and it was great. But I think it could be done more stripped down and less good vocalists. So yeah, I would wait. I would wait 8 to 10 years.
Cool.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, we'll do that once everybody's kind of forgotten about it.
Yes, yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's killer. Yeah. I couldn't imagine seeing Cats without somebody else buying my ticket.
Would never pay to see Cats.
No, absolutely not. I would never pay to see that, unless I was going, maybe either on mushrooms or edibles, and yeah, I think it would be fun.
Yeah, I have to shout her out again every night if I can. The woman, Katie Lawrence, on YouTube is the one who makes these playlists of all of the musicals. She does most of the hard work for me. So I just have to...
Yeah, shout out Katie. Yeah. Listen, if we ever... listen, I feel like you should have her on.
Oh, yeah. I should do that.
Yeah, you should reach out. You should reach out and be like, listen, I have been using your like she's
obviously passionate about it, because she didn't just do it for Cats. She didn't just do it for was it Mamma Mia. She's done it for like a bunch of musicals, and there's hundreds of videos in every playlist. Like, she takes the time to really put these together.
I would be really disappointed if you didn't at least reach out.
Yeah. Okay.
And be like, hey, I've been really enjoying your your everything that you've been putting together. Please come on so we can talk about the like your life project.
Yeah.
Because and nothing, no shade by any means, but like why why do this?
Yeah, because like, is
And
she
also,
watching all of these? There's 200.
yeah,
There's 200 Mamma Mia videos, and they're 2 hours each. So what is that? 400 hours?
yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I think we should get to the bottom of this. If you'd like a second mic
Yeah.
while you interview, let me know. I'd love to be in on this.
Yeah. Yeah, that might be the next year when we do maybe Chicago. You'll be back on since you actually lived in Chicago. You can give us some of the background scoop on whether or not the musical Chicago is accurate or not.
I think everybody has their has their own spin on things. I don't know. Yeah, I think every director wants to be basically like put their own stamp.
Oh yeah.
Like, listen, this is my version of whatever it is. Yeah. So
that's a director.
Good.
Otherwise,
yeah. How do you distinguish yourself? This is everybody's gonna be drunk for 2 minutes in the opening, and then yeah.
And so one of the things that they cut out of this one is Headbanger Harry, one of the three dads in the original show and in the movie and every other production I've seen so far, except maybe the French one. I can't. No. I think you see him. Anyways, yeah. At the end, he explains that he's learned something about himself that changed his life while he was on this little adventure of Mamma Mia, and that he's a gay man. He's been a man that he wants to be with. But they cut the hell out of this one.
Well, I guess congratulations, but also like because it was the best one ever.
Yeah,
they were like, no, thank you.
Yeah, we want this to be the best, and that's really dragging it.
Yeah. We we can't learn anything about gender, sexuality, or anything like that. We just gotta stay the best.
I want to know what part of the country the show is from, because there's also another thing that happens right after the intermission. There's a dream sequence where the girl's in a bed and then they're spinning it around, and her three dads come out and they're wearing tuxedos, and her fiance comes out wearing her wedding dress. They cut that whole thing out because I wonder if they're the man and woman's clothing or something also. Put on stage.
Oh, a little bit of gender bending type of
That's not what people that come to musicals are there for. The thing. Gay here at our musical based on the songs.
Yeah. Listen, when we're going,
I'm a big lover of musical theater, but I am uncomfortable.
Yeah, musical theater is my passion, but keep that like they them queer stuff out of it. Like
I want a musical for real men.
Yeah. That is kind of funny. One of my favorite musicals that I saw while I was while I still lived in Chicago was My Fair Lady.
Oh, okay.
And it was fantastic.
Really?
It was at the I forget what the name of the theater was there in Chicago, but I'll think of it. In a second. But anyway, they had basically just a rotating stage. They had fantastic vocalists and performers, and so each scene would be on this kind of rotating stage, and they would they would start and stop on this it was fantastic. It was great.
It's gotta be challenging as a performer not to get dizzy.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Oh well, at least they had a song break, and then they'd have
Jump
to
back on.
wait for the
Yeah.
stage to rotate, and they'd have to costume change or whatever.
You miss your mark, and then you have to like run to catch up with the rotating stage.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, it's interesting because there's absolutely like good and bad
Yeah.
versions of
Oh
everything
yeah.
probably. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like, well, I mean, we did get to watch the best Mamma Mia
Yeah.
ever
Yeah.
from one camera angle.
Yeah, that was the other thing about the French one is they had very good like video production. There was a lot of camera angle
Yes.
and
Yeah.
stuff. There was a
Different
camera just for
tools.
the drummer and the orchestra.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it's one of those things where I think depending on depending on the production, how much they're spending on production, and obviously different cameras
Right.
and all that stuff, like it has a big effect.
Yeah. Because I feel like this is a lot of them. It's just being recorded by somebody like in the tech booth or something like for posterity,
Yeah.
so that everybody that's in the show can have a copy. But it's not like we're not selling DVDs or anything. Yeah.
Right. And then Katie's like, thank you.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
adding
all I
it
need.
to my queue.
And I like that Katie. She puts all the foreign language stuff in there. There's a few from Brazil. There's a Russian one. There's the French one. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's great because I I feel like it's not someone who can speak all of those languages that's putting this together. Like she's just watching them. If she's watching them like I am, which is I don't understand what they're saying, but I understand it because I've seen the show multiple times.
So, does YouTube automatically apply subtitles, or do you have to
No.
do that yourself?
Yeah, you have to do that yourself. I think when you upload it, that's an option that you have to like check, and then it can auto generate ones, and then it tries to get as close as it can, and then you can have auto translation too, and then it tries to get it does that thing where
That'd be pretty fun if you just let them auto generate subtitles for that. You might get close, but I have a feeling
Well, I think by the
there might be
end,
some.
what I should start doing is putting the foreign language ones later on in the run. Because after I've seen the show 10 times in a row, I probably know enough of the lines where I can just kind of double it.
You could do your own subtitles. Yeah.
I'll do that. I'll stream that.
To the point. Yeah. Are you forcing your wife to watch every one of these as well?
No.
Just you?
Yeah, it's just me.
You're just like, leave me alone for a couple hours so I can watch this.
She's in school right now, and she
okay.
This week, so she's busy all afternoon, all evening. So I'm just sitting in the other room doing that, and leaving her alone so she enjoys it.
Oh,
so not interrupting her.
Gotcha.
But next week, she's just she's working on her final thing tonight. That's due in like the next half hour, and then she's free for the next few weeks. So I'm gonna have to.
For like not undergrad, like graduate degree stuff.
Yeah, she's already got her undergrad done in history or something from 10 years ago or whatever. But she's going back to school now to be an architect.
Finishing.
Yeah, so she has to go back to undergrad for that. She's going to finish that after the summer. She's going to have to go to Italy for a study abroad for one class, and then she'll be done with her undergrad. Yeah,
that'd be fun.
Yeah, I'll try and go out and visit them.
Are you invited, or are you going to do another? Maybe we're going to do a stream of. I'm trying to think of another dumb musical.
Is there a musical set in Italy? Because it would just be that, whatever that is.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. What? No, that's France. Yeah. What's
Yeah.
the one?
I know
The
there's
one
some
in
Shakespeare
the
stuff.
French Revolution
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, that one's set in France.
What's that?
That one was set in France. Yeah. They did
Yeah, most of them are.
Yeah. I think Italy's more known for
Yeah.
operas. They do it.
Yeah. You guys have some like you end up doing some opera stuff, but that's about it.
Yeah, I did go see an opera one time. Was it Maria, I think? Yeah, something. It was one where it was all in French. So they had like subtitles, but it wasn't subtitles. It was like a screen above the stage that like wrote out all the English words of what they were saying in French.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
All I remember as far all I know from Italian live performance is from like
Dirty work.
no the Godfather Part 3,
Right.
and what's that one with Tom Hanks and he's running around and uncovering like Italian secrets or whatever?
Oh, that was the Da Vinci Code. I was thinking when
Yeah,
you first started
the
saying
Da Vinci Code.
Tom Hanks running around. I was like, is that how you think of what Forrest Gump is about?
Yeah,
It's just
that's
Tom Hanks running around.
basically just Tom Hanks running.
Yeah, it's the Tom Hanks
around.
running movie. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Basically, true. He was running much more in while he was playing a guy with a 65 IQ.
Yeah.
But in this one, he was still running around Italy.
Yeah.
He was trying to find out some secrets or
Yeah.
whatever. And they did go to a opera where there was like things happening.
And yeah, Enrico Palazzo, Naked Gun. When Leslie Nielsen.
Have you been to Europe?
Yeah, I've been to Germany and France. My brother was stationed out there with the Air Force a long time, like 10 years ago, probably. And I went and visited him for a couple of weeks in Germany.
Was it interesting?
Yeah, it was really cool. Whenever we went out and like did stuff. The thing is, when you're living in Hawaii, Germany's on exact the other side of the world, so it's like a 12-hour distance.
Sure.
So it takes a long time for your body clock to kind of get adjusted, and mine never really did the whole time I was there.
Yeah.
And I was there in November, so like I would sleep in until like noon, and then we would like get up and go like try to do something in the afternoon, and then the sun would go down at like 4 o'clock. So like we'd have like an hour and a half to like go do stuff, and then it would just be dark. And everyone would go to bed, and I would just be up, just watching Friends on there. Downloaded every season of Friends.
Yeah,
but it was cool.
I haven't been.
Yeah, it was cool.
I haven't been to anywhere in Europe. I've only been to like Korea and Japan and like a bunch of Thailand. I've only been to a bunch of Asian countries, which were great.
Hawaii for a long time, so it's easier to do that.
Yeah, it was much easier. So, what do you think about this? As far as like Germany goes,
right?
Like I was thinking about this. I went to Oktoberfest.
Oh, cool.
Not in Germany. Right. I went to
in September.
in October. Right. I went to Oktoberfest in Helen, Georgia, which is like the oldest Oktoberfest in the U.S.
Right. Cool.
It's just this little beautiful little German town in the mountains in North Georgia. But it was like it was very cool,
That's cool.
very interesting. But um, it was like basically it felt like a I don't know like a Nazi Renaissance fair. I don't know,
Yeah.
like yeah. I don't like yeah, I don't know. Like
Yeah.
it was very cool, but it was just like, all right, you guys,
Some
calm
people are a
down.
little too proud to be
Yeah,
of their German
very
heritage.
proud German heritage stuff happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was fun. It was
That's
fun.
cool.
I'm sorry. We can get back. We can get back to Mamma Mia.
What else
I
to say about it other than yeah, it's they do a thing. My favorite part of the show is after the curtain call, when they just
Yes.
do like a 3-song medley encore after the show's over, and they just sing like
Yes.
3 hits and dance, which is like that's what you want from a musical. It's like the singing and the dancing, but it doesn't really happen well until the show's over.
That's my that's our biggest pet peeve on
Yeah.
as far as like performers go.
Hmm.
And obviously like they're forgiven because they're doing like this is a planned Mamma Mia performance. But
Right.
you any of your favorite musical acts, they'll go back to the green
Yeah.
room
Right.
and just wait for you to chant like encore or whatever
Right. Yeah.
until it's like till it's their liking, and
Yeah.
then they'll come back out and play your
Right. Like
favorite
they're doing
song.
you a favor.
Yeah. And it's there's been a couple of bands that I've seen that are like, hey guys, we're not going to do an
Yeah.
encore, but here's your
Oh,
favorite song right
yeah, because
now.
that's
And
really what it is.
yeah. And it's like, all right, cool. Yeah, so we
Yeah.
can leave. I'd like to stop standing. I've been standing for 3 hours
Right.
straight.
Yeah. And then we'll need to add an extra 5 minutes of us standing here and chanting your name.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that it is it's a weird impulse, even in a musical,
Right.
to be like, all right, we're gonna say we're done, but we're not really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels less like an encore in that sense and more like in the credits of a movie when it's like, oh, we're just gonna have everybody get together and sing a song. It's
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Yeah. Still don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
The
have the
show itself
show,
should be good. Yeah.
have everybody applaud for you at the end,
Right.
and let's get the F out of here.
So I don't want to have to because it's like the full curtain call where the whole cast comes out.
That's
one
what
at
I'm
a time
saying.
together.
Yeah,
And then
everybody's
you also
like
have to applaud
taking your
for-
bow.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
everyone's hands are hurting from applauding for 5 minutes straight. Then
Yeah.
you get a break
yeah.
for 10 minutes for the song, and then you have to applaud again when it's over. It's
Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What's happening here?
what's going on? And the other thing about the 3 songs, 2 of them are in the show, Mamma Mia and
Right.
yeah. And then the other ones and Dancing Queen, and then the last song, Waterloo, isn't in the show at all. So it's like they should just put it in the show, and I wouldn't have to do this.
Yeah. People like the song. Good.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Why don't we just shove it in
Yeah.
a part of the show? It's not like there's it's gonna mess up some of the flow of
Right.
story or whatever.
Yeah. So that would be when I direct my version of Mamma Mia. It will
Listen,
dance a little better, and there won't be an encore.
I know that you are being facetious right now, but I hope that you do. I would love it if you directed a version of Mamma Mia.
A version of Mamma Mia.
As long as you don't do an encore with 3 songs.
Yeah.
Just put them in. Put them in there.
Songs. Yeah.
Yeah.
2. That's the standard for an encore.
Yeah. 2 songs max. Don't make people stand up and applaud for 5 minutes and then be like, guess what, guys? We got more
That's the
for
best
you.
part.
Yeah.
There's some people who don't know and they get up to leave and they're halfway at the door. We're like, oh crap, the show's still going on, and I come back to my seat.
That's me. I've become such a old curmudgeon that listen, if you can't get it in, I'm on my way out. I will enjoy it from outside. Be like, you guys could have played this 170 minutes ago. You didn't.
One of my favorite stories about Third Eye Blind is that they got hired one time to do a show at like a Republican convention thing or something. They're like, okay, fine, we'll do it. We'll take your money, but not playing the hits. So they just play like all B-sides and like new stuff.
That's hilarious. That was their silent protest. They're like, we're not going to play anything that you guys have heard before. But we're still going to be. Oh my God. This is let's see. This is kind of funny, but they, along with Bush and what's the, I'm trying to think of the other band that was there, but they were my first concert ever. 30 Blind, Bush, and I'm trying to think of the name of the other band that was there. I'll think of it in a second. Okay. But yeah, they were in Augusta, Georgia. Nice. And I think it was like 97 or 98, something around there. Yep, this is pretty cool. They did play the hits. It wasn't for it wasn't honestly in Augusta, Georgia in 97. Right. It was probably for mostly red state crowd, but they definitely played Jumper and all that shit.
Right. That's I think my first concert ever, I think it was Blink-182 and Green Day and Jimmy Eat World.
That sounds like a great show.
That was pretty fun. That would have been like, I think it was 2001-ish.
Yeah.
Cool. And I think my last show was years ago, because I don't go anywhere.
Your last show was what?
I don't know, years ago, before the pandemic, because I don't want to go outside after dark anymore.
Sure.
It's too late.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
Yeah. No, we saw something a few weeks ago. A friend of the show, Rory, his friend has a band that we went and saw. So yeah, so I still see live music once in a while. I'm not that old.
Rory has a band?
No, it was a friend of his.
Okay.
His girlfriend. His girlfriend's like a musician type of person, and
gotcha.
One of her friends, the friend of a friend of a friend.
I got buddies that I grew up with that I was in bands with, and then moved away and whatever. But they're my buddy Guy and Steven are still in a band together, and they're doing great. They're touring and everything like that.
Cool.
But my buddy Steven, he started seeing a gal that is super into fish, and she's seen like 100 fish shows, or she's one of those.
Follows them around.
Yeah, and now he has to be into fish, which is we've been on the phone a couple times together. And he's like,
Right.
I don't know if I can handle another vacuum cleaner solo. Where it's like, all right, yeah, I get it. Yeah, I'm sure she's a very cool gal and everything, but it's one of those things where it's like, I think Fish is the same as like if you go to see like I don't think they call it techno anymore, like house music or that kind of thing, where it's
EDM.
everybody, EDM. Thank you. If everybody's just super fucked up on drugs, and so you're like, this is the best show I've ever been to, but you're just high as
dance
shit.
to the same song while I'm high on drugs for 20 minutes. Like that's nice. That's fun. I'm having fun.
Yeah, I'm having a great time. Although, it's even though it's this jam band that will never shut up. Yeah.
Yeah, and especially if it's something like we were seeing multiple shows a year and following them around and stuff. It's not like if my wife likes a band, the worst that can happen is we have to go see them once a year.
Right, there you go. Yeah, listen, we're on an island in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
Can't listen if they come here. I guess we can check them out or whatever. Yeah. But so yeah, they've been following around for all over the southeast or whatever. I'm sure it's great.
Yeah, if you're into it, I'm sure it's. Yeah, it's Fish. That's all of my. Oh, the guy who plays Sam in this production of Mamma Mia does a better singing job than Pierce Brosnan does in the movie. Pierce Brosnan's not a good
singer. Yeah. I listen. Don't talk shit about my boy Pierce Brosnan to begin with.
He's such a handsome, smooth guy. Like you watching him, like, okay, this is cool.
Yes.
Cool. And then he starts singing. You're like, ooh.
Yeah. Ooh. I would say this is a hot take if you're ready for it. Yeah. I would say he's probably he could have. All right, how about this? He could have easily been the second best 007 if the writing was there.
I think he has the look and the feel of a James Bond.
First of all, he's not a bad actor. He's a good actor, and he has a perfect look and the perfect like smoldering fucking glances and shit. Yeah. But for some reason, his decade of Bond movies were like very like even more cheesy. Should have been less cheesy, and they were very cheesy. Yeah. So he could have been fantastic.
Right.
But the writing and the movies were holding him back a little bit.
Yeah. It did not age well. He's a good looking. You can see him right above my head right there. He's a good looking man. If I picture a James Bond, that's what I picture.
Yeah, he's a very good looking guy, and he's a very smooth, like, he kills it. But anyway, singing wise, not the greatest.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, not the best.
Yeah. They brought him back for the sequel. I'll be watching it. I don't know what that's all about.
Yeah. I wish I could. I'm sure. I wish I could contribute more. Like I said, it's your fault for sure.
Oh yeah, we didn't tell them.
You need to give me more than 12 hours to watch it.
Well, I did send you the link last night, and what was probably around 2:00 in the morning your time.
Sure.
You had plenty of time. You had 20 hours. You were asleep for most of those, or at work.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I prefer to be more prepared for this. So you're gonna have to, you're gonna have to do
Yeah,
more of
that's my bad.
the
That was one of
carrying.
those things where like I started typing the message to you and then got distracted. And I just
Mhm.
I spent all week thinking that I had sent it to you.
Yeah.
Not next year though for Chicago. You'll be
Oh,
you'll link immediately.
what are your plans? What are your plans next year?
I mean, talking to Dan on Wednesday, he was really excited when we brought up the idea of maybe doing Chicago.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I assume that's probably a pretty widespread. Have you talked to your
Yeah.
girl Katie yet? As far as
No, no, I haven't even checked.
find out if she's consolidated 1,000 Chicago performances.
Yeah, I hope so. That's really the key here is that she hasn't put together the list that I'm not doing it.
Yeah. I would do that first. I would be like, "Hey, Katie,
Yeah.
what are you into? What are you into
Yeah.
this year?"
Not that I
Be
could just
like,
ask her to do it, and she would take that challenge.
yeah.
Wow, she's got a 33 video list of Riverdance, Lord of the Dance.
Yes, for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
listen, I feel like 33 performances of Riverdance, it couldn't get monotonous at all.
Yeah, because there's no, I assume there's no dialogue or any dancing that happens above the waist, right? It's all just
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Have you seen that old documentary called I think it's called The Wild and Wonderful Whites of West Virginia?
oh something like that. I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
Yeah, it's I think Johnny Knoxville actually produced it.
Oh, wow.
It's very good. It's really good. But
Okay.
it is basically about a family in West Virginia
Right.
that's kind of screwed up. That's
Oh,
about
okay.
it. And
Cool.
and but the reason I bring it up is because the patriarch of the family created like a tap dance
Okay.
type of dance.
Yeah.
But it's done on plywood or something.
Right.
Um, and it doesn't make any sense really, but I think it's because of all the oxys he's on at the
Yeah.
time.
Right.
But he's definitely dancing his ass off. Yeah, and it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I would recommend it to whoever's watching, the audience. All of everybody, go check it out. It's fun. It's a very good
Yeah, I think we
documentary.
might roll out tonight on a video of that if I can find it on YouTube. But yeah, one of my I always think about with Johnny Knoxville is how he got on Jackass was because they had that magazine Big Brother where a lot of the Jackass people came from. And they were doing a lot of those like stunts and stuff.
It was called Big Brother.
Yeah.
I did. Have you seen the last iteration?
No, not yet.
It's good. It's good. They have like new blood in it. Younger people, doing it. Obviously, they. I think they. I think they tried to get Bam Margera involved, but he was just too far gone that they were
Yeah.
like, "Hey, you can't be wasted all the time." And he was
Right.
like, "Well, I want to be wasted all the time." And they said, "No, thank you." So yeah, but yeah, they did some crazy stuff. I think the Jackass series is probably easily the funniest
Yeah.
like comedy. Like you can't like write a joke that's
Yeah.
funnier than like the Jackass
Yeah. Just kicking each other in
movies.
the nuts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's not a like you can't be funnier than that. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing that Johnny Knoxville did that really got him like as part of the crew was he did a thing where there was the testing self-defense products or whatever. They ended up doing it on some Jackass episodes.
Yeah.
Testing the pepper spray on himself and the taser.
Yes.
But
yeah.
the one that they didn't put on TV, but they put in the magazine, was when he shot himself in the chest with a gun while he was wearing. He got a bulletproof vest, the cheapest one he could find.
Oh no!
And shot himself in the chest with it. And they recorded it for the magazine.
Golly. Yeah. I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how he started. He's only gone up from.
Do yourself a favor and watch. It is interesting because you would think that like Knoxville or Steve-O, those guys would be like, listen, I'm 45. Like I'm
sober
and sober.
Yeah.
I'm like I'm like kind of above getting hit in the nuts for no reason.
Yeah.
But no, guess what? They're not. They're doing the exact same shit.
Yeah.
It's insane. It's insane. Yeah. So yeah, it's worth checking out. It's very funny. It's very funny. Yeah.
And the thing about being married is that if your wife isn't into certain types of movies, you just don't get to see them.
Sure. Yeah. No, I get it.
I don't get to see a lot of horror movies in the theaters anymore, or Jackass movies.
Yeah, the two genres. You're not. Yeah. Not seeing the latest Freddy Krueger offering or the latest Johnny Knoxville offering.
Yeah.
I get it. I absolutely get it. But it's one of those things where at this point, like it's on,
Yeah.
She's
$3
at school. You can rent it. Yeah.
So we'll probably do that this weekend.
There you go.
Cool. Yeah. So thanks for joining us this year for the 12 Days of Mamma Mia, Miss Ben.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Good to see you. We don't get to talk much throughout the year. We're 6,000 miles away from each other now, so it's a little hard.
No.
Yeah.
I will be this year. I'm gonna be coming out at some point. So
cool.
Yeah, I'll hit you up because I will need a place to stay.
You can stay in this room.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll blow up the air mattress.
Right on.
And we'll go see Cats.
Listen. You give me a second. I'll fly out.
Yeah. So I got the ticket taken care of. You got to take care of everything. So tonight we're gonna write out on this clip from the Wonderful Whites of West Virginia or whatever.
Oh yeah. Beautiful.
Which I think is supposed to have dancing as what the thumbnail showed. So we got that. You have anything you want to say to the internet before we sign off for the night?
Nope. Love you, brother. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Thanks for being here, and everybody donate to the GoFundMe for the Hawaii Food Bank. Feed some people. Wait, was that a lady or a man?
He's just on a picnic table.
Yeah,
all right.
Tap dancing.
Yeah, but it's if you, I don't know, like if you could hear it, it's not like a traditional tap dancing.
Is he wearing tap shoes? Does he have taps on his shoes? Or
no, I think he's just wearing boots. Yeah.
West Virginia, not rated. $3 to rent on Amazon.
I promise you, it's worth your time.
Yeah.
There's a scene in it that is one of the like one of the family members shoots one of the other family members in the face, and yeah, and and his, I guess his skin detaches from his face, so it like covers up his eye
It's like
hole.
Faces of Death. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, you don't see it. They just describe it. And he thought he shot him. Like the guy that was shot thought he was blind, but it was just because his skin shifted over his eyeballs.
Right.
That's
gotta be a relief.
I'm telling you, it is the most insane documentary you've ever seen. But very fun. And Johnny Knoxville did a great job.
Cool. Yeah, check that out this weekend. And yeah. So good night, everyone. Good night, Ben. See you all tomorrow for day 5. Day 5 of the 12 days of Mamma Mia Miss. I'll be with John Yabez tomorrow talking something. Mamma Mia.